sometime today. What is up, everybody? It is Sunday. It is 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. We are missing the king. He is doing the Toy and Joy meet and greet with his yard. But it is my deep honor to introduce Aaron Collins, a man who actually brought me back into the paranormal field when I was about ready to give everything up. So, Aaron, welcome for being on. I know you and I have a history. We had Paranormal Crossings in the Light for a while.
Yes.
That was a lot of fun to do.
Yes, it was. Well, first of all, thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. And I'm sorry that King can't be here, but you know what? We'll catch up next time. But again, I appreciate you having me on.
And how long have you been in the paranormal field?
Oh, geez. 20, let's see, I was in it for 28 years. Yeah. When I finally decided to get out of the paranormal. So
Ain't no shame in that, man. You've been in it for a long, long time.
Yep. I used to have a dark beard, and now it's white. So yeah, it's either my kids or the paranormal. I don't know.
Now I know you've been on a lot of media besides here. You had Paranormal Crossings, and then you had Paranormal Crossings. There was Into the Light, and then there was the second one, the second series of Paranormal Crossings, which was you're gonna have to help me here because there was.
Now I'm thinking, because I did Paranormal Crossings several times. I started with Blog Talk Radio back in 2014, and then somebody said you should put it on TV. So I went and got my producer's card and went through the classes and everything through the local cable station in Gresham, just outside of Portland. And so apparently we were the first show first paranormal show to ever be done through that TV studio. So we did that for many years, and then ended up, you and I and King ended up doing the other Paranormal Crossings Into the Light, and I can't for the life of me remember the other one. But yeah, anyways, so yeah, I did a lot of that.
You've also been on Clyde Lewis, Ground Zero with Clyde Lewis a couple times.
Yeah, about eight or nine times. Yeah, I was just on again recently. Yeah, 8 or 9 times, something like that. Yeah, he's a great friend, and he's a good guy.
He is.
Great show.
He is a great guy and a great show, and I would say that he's one of the many inspirations for doing these shows is kind of carry on, because we were heavily inspired by Art Bell, Clyde Lewis.
Oh yeah.
Our time with you in Paranormal Crossings in the Light in the studio, I mean, it inspired us to continue on with doing these things.
Well, thank you, and I enjoyed the time that we had together, and the ghost conferences, the times that we did the investigations together, and yeah, we have a long history. And
that
so yeah, I cherish those times. So yeah, good times.
Yeah, and I know you were also on Ghost Adventures.
Yes. I was on Ghost Adventures with my ex-wife, and due to being attacked by a demon during an investigation that I did with a group in Astoria, Oregon. And so they reached out to me due to somebody else in the group gave my number and asked if anything happened. And when I was on the investigations, and I said, well, yeah, this is what happened. And they said, oh my gosh, you got to be on the show, and blah, blah, blah. Well, anyway, so we ended up doing the show. So we did Ghost Adventures. I also did a lot of local news media for the Oregon Ghost Conference. And so I guess kind of a spokesman for a small time. And so, yeah, that was great.
Yeah, like I said, you've had a very long and long career in it, and
Yes, hundreds of investigations for
yeah,
sure.
and you've been kind of like the go-to guy for the longest time.
Now you make me sound old.
Well, I've got 30 years in.
Yeah, well,
We're
there you
just
go.
we're just doing a different brand of investigations, you know.
There you go.
Because I
Yeah.
mean, I know that you have stepped away from the paranormal
Yes.
for health reasons, and you know,
Mhm.
I mean, it does tend to wear on you quite often, you know, when you're getting
Oh,
those,
yeah.
you know, I mean, you got your basic investigation where you go in, you're helping a family, everything's good, everything's happy. Then of course, you know, you've got your demonic cases. You've got the ones that really just tear you down, and you know,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
tough on your body, you're tough on your soul. Like
Yeah.
the Norblad Hotel, like you were saying in the show, you know, it was messing with your back, and you know,
Oh, yeah.
it
Yeah.
will drive you to, you know, it'll beat you down if you're not careful.
Well, and you know, eventually when we segue into the topic for tonight, I'll lead into what led to me being attacked in the first place and what I didn't do. And so I definitely learned from that mistake. And during the time of the filming with Ghost Adventures, I was still under the influence of that demonic entity that attacked me. I didn't realize it, but I was. And Zach Bagans, he kept trying to help and said, I will call a priest right now. And I just kept saying, oh, no, 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 no. Something in my head kept saying no. So I kept telling him no. A week went by and things got worse. And so by that point, June Lundgren helped, who's local to me and a great family friend, but was able to get rid of the tie that tied me between that demonic force and myself. Think of it as a tether. What I did was I removed myself from the situation and got rid of it, but it came back because there was the tether. I didn't destroy it, so she destroyed it. And anyways, that's another story. But so that's what happened with that.
All right. Out of all your years, is there one case that you would say would be your favorite?
Wow. Favorite. I've had so many. I think my favorite was when I did the fundraiser for my late friend Christine Whitfield. She had breast cancer, and unfortunately, ultimately ended up passing away. But I know that you guys came for the fundraiser, and we investigated the Klondike, and that was probably one of my favorites because of a lot of the activity that happened to a lot of the people that were there, including King's daughter. And so and aside from it being a fundraiser, it was a great haunted location, as you already know.
Oh yeah.
So it really delivered, and so that was probably one of my favorites. Yeah, on
Yeah,
many levels.
that was a good night because um, I originally was not going to. I had bought tickets for it, and I was
Mhm.
originally just going to just pass on it. I was just kind of at a point when I was just like, God, I really want to continue on with this? And then you know
Yeah.
we got Caleb was like, no, we bought tickets, let's go and let's do this. And that's when we met
Mm.
you guys, and we met the King James, and we met everybody else. And I think it was just that shot in the arm that I needed to, you know,
Mhm.
re-pursue what I enjoy.
Mm.
But I know.
Well, and
Go ahead.
go ahead. No,
Oh,
go ahead. But you and
I was just gonna say. I think when we did the Dalles Inn, just the four of us, I think
yes,
that was a good investigation.
that was, yeah, that was a good one. And I would love to go back. I've thought about that many times. I wanted to go to that restaurant where the last public Oregon hanging took place.
Yeah.
Never did. Never did go back. Had permission from the owner and all that, but never did it. And so that's one investigation I always wanted to do. And I have others that were on my bucket list that I'm pretty sure I'll never do. But I'm not going to say never anymore because you never know. So at least for now. So.
Well, everyone deserves a rest from time to time.
Yes, I agree.
I mean,
I agree.
If it's in your calling to go help somebody, then if you feel the calling, then you got to do it. But if there's somebody else out there that can help out with it, because first and foremost is your health and your well-being, spiritual well-being. You got to worry about that stuff first and foremost.
Absolutely. And, I'm still going through health issues, and I'm not willing to subject myself to something that might be detrimental to my health. And so I'm just taking time. I don't mind doing shows like yours. I love talking about it. It's part of my past. It was a great, great part of my past. I am proud of what I accomplished. I am grateful for every person that I was in contact with throughout the years and got to work with, the friendships I got to make, yours included. And yeah, so I have no regrets, man. I mean, it was great. And I loved being in the paranormal. I really did. And I miss it. So,
well, first you got to get healthy. We got to get you up on that one.
yes.
I mean,
Amen
I know
to that.
we would love to get you out up in the woods and do some more squatching with us, because I mean, you were one of the lucky few when we had our very first encounter.
That is true. And we were just talking about that off air. I'll never forget that encounter ever. I've never had an encounter like that before or since. And yeah, I think about that every now and then. And yeah, that was just unreal to me. As an investigator, it was unreal. That's all I can say, brother.
And that was just dumb luck. Like I've said on every single podcast that I've been interviewed with about Bigfoot and dogmen and cryptids, I'm like, this was just dumb luck.
It
Was
was.
just dumb, stupid luck that we wandered into that little meadow and just happened to have been there. And we just happened to have been more observant than the next guy. And they didn't know what to make of us. We didn't know what to make of them. So
I tell you, I was so skeptical at first. I was so skeptical. I tried to be, but looking at that structure, first of all, that is not a natural form, and there was no human that could have done that. We know that without bringing heavy machinery, and there was no indication of that by how thick the woods were. And then the figure that we saw across the ravine, you can't. That's undeniable. It's on video. We have it on FLIR.
yeah.
So yeah, that was insane. Peeking around the corner from that tree, behind that tree. Dude, I'm getting goosebumps. Oh, thinking about it, man. I mean, I haven't thought about it like that in a long time. But yeah, that was incredible. It was an incredible. It's not like the paranormal, not like experiences I've had when I've captured entities and things like that. This is different. This is more spiritual, man. I can't describe it other than that. It was spiritual. So
yeah, we since our initial encounter, we've been up there often. And I mean, we've had rocks thrown at us. We've got hit with the blast of smell. That because everybody says that Bigfoots have this putrid smell. Well, our running theory now is that it's like a skunk. It's a defense mechanism.
Yeah.
because it came
Yeah.
on strong and then it vanished. It got our attention,
Wow.
and then it was like, okay, that's pretty bad. That's pretty sudden. The wind
Hmm.
hasn't shifted, and then it just went away. It's like we got sprayed by a skunk.
Wow. Did you see it at all?
I saw the back of it as it was going up and over a little canyon ridge.
Wow. Really? Were
Yeah.
you able to get it on video or
No,
camera?
because uh, the last couple times we've been out there, we've only had like, the cell phone cameras. And then
Yeah.
by the time we get done videotaping and we're focusing on what we're going to do, and then we get done and we put everything away, then that's when action picks up. Well, now
Yeah.
we've got hat cameras, we got body cameras, we've got drones.
Good.
We have invested in more cameras than we possibly need.
Oh, wow. That's
Well,
awesome.
we've taken the ideology of paranormal, static
Mhm.
cameras, body cameras, have cameras up everywhere, and now we're just
Mhm.
putting that theory over into Bigfoot. Have
Oh,
more
wow.
cameras than we need rolling at all times.
Oh, well. See,
Because
there you go.
because
It's
we're kind of
experience.
in the idea that these things are a little bit smarter. That when they see a phone come up and we're videotaping, you know
Mhm.
they're paying attention.
Yeah.
And they're
I
gonna
agree. They're not dumb.
yeah. And then the minute we put that thing away, they're going to you know they're like,
Mm.
oh hey, they're not
Oh, yeah.
videotaping anymore. Now we can throw things at them and we can growl.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I know we were out in May. No, June. I'm sorry, it was June. We went
Mhm.
back up to the original location, and we had the hat cams going, body cams going, and we were able
First
to
of all, that drive alone is ridiculous.
it
Just
is.
the drive alone. Those of you have no idea, but that drive alone is treacherous. It's ridiculous and crazy just to get up there. And then once you're up there, it's beautiful, beautiful. But anyways, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, we actually we got it growling, and it was crashing
Oh,
through the woods.
wow.
It was a big male, and it was not liking us where we were.
Oh, wow.
So
Wow.
yeah, we actually
Well,
got that on video, and we got the audio of it. So
brother, you're gonna have to send me this stuff. I got to see all this, man.
yeah, I'll send you the link when we're done here. But
All right, sounds good.
all right, so I'm going to give you the floor for the last 20, 13, 12, 13 minutes.
Hmm.
If you were to give a message to the next generation or somebody that's wanting to get into the business,
Hmm.
what would your bit be for people? What would your advice be?
Oh my goodness. Well, I've never been asked that before, so I appreciate you asking because um, I didn't have anybody to give me advice when I first started. I first started out of curiosity in 1998, and because of the house I was living in, plus the paranormal experiences I'd had throughout my life. And so I didn't have anybody to guide me. I just kind of went with what I saw on the TV shows back then, like Ghost Hunters and stuff like that, and the rest I just kind of learned as I went along over the years. And so I think the first thing that I would say to somebody wanting to get into the paranormal and investigate is number one, learn how to protect yourself. Protect yourself. I think that's number one for me. I didn't know that back then. I wish I had, but I just didn't. And so because I didn't have any guidance, and it doesn't matter how you protect yourself. Yeah, I'm a Christian minister, but uh, I let other people decide, their own beliefs, and I have mine, they have theirs, and that's fine. So whatever you pray to for protection, do that before doing anything, and then research. Do research. Don't just go out and just start doing investigations. Do research before doing that. Of course, you need equipment and things like that. That's a given.
Yeah.
But get together with somebody who has experience. because that person can teach you. You can actually learn a lot, but you have to be humble and you have to be willing to learn, not thinking you know it all because of what you saw on X TV show, on on television or on YouTube or something like that. That's all television, and everything happens in a moment, and that's not it's not how it works. You don't immediately walk through a door to do an investigation and everything's hunky dory and grandma's haunting the place, and then you say Hail Mary and whatever and leave. It's not like that. There's times you do investigations and there's nothing, and we're talking, and I know you can agree, um, where you sit there all night long with nothing and get absolutely nothing. So it's not all fun and games and excitement. There's a lot of work that goes into investigating. People need to know that. I thought, oh, it'll be easy. You take a camera and a audio recorder and go out and investigate. But there's a lot more to it. It's also talking to the client, finding out lots of information. I mean, there's so much I could uh, go on, but oh Lord. Um, but yeah, get together with somebody who has experience. Find that person who's willing to kind of mentor you, even just a little bit. Um, I think is the proper way to go. And meditation. I'm very into meditation nowadays, and in protection. So I think those are important. So
Yeah, I mean, you definitely. I mean, we've covered protection on ways to keep yourself safe, not just physically safe, but spiritually safe.
yes,
Now, I mean, we talked a little bit about your issues with the Norblad in Astoria, and I think that would
yes,
go along with the spiritual protection.
yes. So we went on this investigation at the Norblad in Astoria, Oregon, as a group. It was my idea, funny enough, because there was only one location that was set up for the weekend.
Yeah.
And we were having such a great investigation that I asked the guy who was hosting it, basically, who worked for the hotel, the Commodore. I'm not going to mention his name, it doesn't matter now, but I asked him, I said, do you know of any other locations that we could go to tomorrow night? Because we're here till Sunday. And he said, well, yeah, the Norblad is our sister hotel. So I talked to the rest of the group. He set it up. The rest of the group agreed. And here we go. The next night, it was a Saturday night. Walk up there, and someone in the group had someone who was just 18 with them. I was more worried about that person, that 18-year-old, than I was about myself. And I completely forgot to protect myself before I walked in, which never happened. But I just didn't. The second I walked through the basement door, I got attacked. I mean, the second I walked through that door, brother, I felt a presence, an evil presence. But I kept silently praying, telling it to go away. I didn't think I was going to be fully attacked like I was. But as the hour went on, it got worse and worse and worse. And then it felt like, because I have a couple of spinal diseases. And at the time, I was really going through a lot of pain. But this time, it was like a hand reached into my spine and squeezed. That's the visual that I got from the pain. And I knew that it was demonic because I could smell it and I could feel it. So I excused myself, went outside on the street, and did what I knew how to do to get rid of it. But again, I did not get rid of the tether, like I told you before.
All right.
And so it is so important to protect yourself, because not only did that attack continue after that, but it also caused havoc with the people around me, as well as situations. And it's no joke, nothing to mess with. So,
Any other advice you would have for people?
uh, don't believe everything you see on TV. Read books. Read people like Nicole Strickland. She's a good friend of ours. She's a great investigator. And June Lundgren, Jeff Davis. I mean, there's so many people to learn from, and I'm leaving a lot out, but just those specific people that I can come up with off the top of my head. But read, research, um, learn about what you're getting yourself into, and make sure you're prepared in that if you're married or you have family or whatever, that they're prepared for what you're doing, because it could possibly affect them too, which it did in my case in many ways.
Yeah.
I lost people in my life because I was in the paranormal. Um, uh, yeah, I had to go under an alias um, because of the paranormal, how controversial it was when I first started. And so, anyway, yeah, there's a lot more to it.
Um, I know we've touched a little bit on cryptids, and our game plan is hopefully to get you out there when you're well enough. Maybe have another close encounter with the 7 foot tall, hairy, as one of our guys says, a puppy.
You know what? As long as I'm in proper health, I'm there, man. I
All right.
want to go so bad. Yeah, I will go. Yeah, I appreciate you asking.
Well,
And so,
if we could get everyone together that was there for that one fateful day, and we can get
oh
everyone back
yeah.
together and go back out 7 years later, and take
Mm.
everyone right back to the original spot, that would be great.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, it
And
would. That'd be awesome.
and because I mean, our entire documentary, the Blue Gate Bigfoot, soon to start
Hmm.
shooting. That is the question that is the underlying theme of the movie. How has this encounter changed you?
Oh wow. Yeah,
Um,
that's
and
awesome.
I think you've already kind of talked a little bit about how it changed you. It was just you called it spiritual, you know,
Yes.
just to see it, and it was different. Plus, you're out. If like I told one person, you go out in the nature. God built that. So the
Right.
creator built the woods, built the nature. You're going out into God's creation. It's good for the soul to get out there. And if you don't find any Bigfoot tracks or anything else, at least you're getting green. You're getting some sunlight. You know,
Yeah,
it's good for the soul.
exactly. It is just to be in nature. Well, in that spiritual experience was I just felt connected for some reason. I can't explain it other than that. It was just a very spiritual experience, and so yeah, I absolutely go back. Are you kidding?
I will
So,
definitely let you know the day that we go out.
all right, sounds good, brother.
And
Sounds
I know
good.
that this past year we did what we call a sit. We just went, we got ghillie suits, and we actually
Hmm.
sat by a creek bed, and
Mm.
we were getting contact. We
Wow,
we had
that's
something
incredible.
we had something big. I mean, we were there for about 2 hours laying in the bush,
Hmm.
and we
Wow.
heard something coming down the creek. And I mean, we were spread out about a good 20 feet in a long
Hmm.
line, and something was cooing at us. It got within
Really?
4 feet of me.
Oh wow.
I was up on a taller ledge, and it was down below me at
Hmm.
about 4 feet away.
Oh
And
wow.
everybody heard this thing cooing at us. And that's the only way we can
Jeez.
describe it. It's cooing. It's like,
Wow.
like you would talk to an injured puppy. You just
Yeah.
talk real soft and it's going to be okay, but that was the feeling that I was getting and the guys were getting. It's just, it's seen us sitting here for 2 hours.
Yeah.
My feet are out,
That's
my boots are
crazy.
out. They know that when we get there, they're
Oh wow.
100% in the know. And
They know. Oh yeah, they watch us.
I'm pretty sure that because I was laying down up against a stump.
Yeah.
Uh, No
Wow.
matter what the ghillie suit is, my feet are still hanging out. I look like a body, and I think this thing was just,
Oh yeah.
you know,
And it senses
no,
you. It'll sense you
yeah,
and smell you too.
oh yeah.
And
I think
so,
it basically just
um,
was like, wow, this thing hasn't moved in a while. I better go see if it's okay.
right. Getting back to advice real quick for we got to go. But one of the things that I was going to say is decide what kind of investigator you want to be. Do you want to investigate spirits? Do you want to investigate demonic activity? Do you want to investigate cryptids? Things like that. I would not suggest starting by investigating everything all at once. Absolutely not. Focus on one. Get good at one first. Then, if you're called to do the other, do the other. But yeah, that's would be my advice. Don't start too fast. Too much too fast is not a good thing.
That is a great statement to end on for the night. That is a perfect
Thank you.
statement. I don't think there's not much else we can say. Well, thank you, Aaron,
No,
for
sir.
joining us on the War Room.
Well, thank you.
Hopefully, we'll bring you back. Take care, stay healthy, and we'll talk to you soon.
Well, thank you.
Everybody
Thank you.
else,
Thanks for having me. It's been my pleasure.
pleasure's all on this end of the screen, brother. It's been too long. Everybody
Yes, it has.
will talk to you next Sunday on the War Room.